Alabama offensive lineman Tyler Booker joins us each week, courtesy of Roback. Get all your great game day gear, golf gear, amazing pullovers, and pants at Roback.com. Use code TNR20 for 20% off your initial order at Roback.com.
Bama didn't drop in the AP poll. Tennessee did. They're down to 11. So it's 7 versus 11 this weekend in Knoxville.
We'll talk some about that with Alabama's Tyler Booker. The offensive lineman joins us this time each week on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. As a reminder, all Alabama coverage at CoverCrimson.com, just $1 at CoverCrimson.com to join. Enjoy some of the great content and the message boards there, CoverCrimson.com. What is up, Tyler? How are you today?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. Thanks a lot. It was a hard-fought win. I know as a player that is why you play to win the game. They're never perfect, but that one went in the W column, and it might have gone a little bit longer than everybody imagined, but it still went in the W column.
Yeah, just a little bit longer than what everybody thought it would, but it's just another week in the SEC. No matter who you play, you're going to get their best shot, so you have to make sure that you're playing at your best. And that was a really good South Carolina team, a really good South Carolina defensive line, and I'm just glad we were able to come out with a victory. There's definitely things that we could clean up at the end of the day. We got the W.
Obviously, different coaching staffs from Nick Saban to Kalen DeBoer. Is a win like that, kind of survive in advance? Is a win like that handled differently? I mean, is the locker room internally, like the emotions, what the coaches are conveying to you guys, is it night and day from what was last year? I guess what I'm trying to ask you, was it very positive in the locker room after the South Carolina win? Because I can only imagine after winning a game like that under Nick Saban, it seems like it would be a little different.
Contrary to popular belief, it actually was kind of similar to what it was like last year, because something that we came to a realization of last year is that, like, we kind of took winning for granted, like, as a program, and we didn't enjoy our wins as much. And when we realized that, we decided to celebrate every win as if it was the biggest win we were ever going to have. Celebrate every win like we never won before, and just really enjoy it, and to enjoy the hard work that we put in. Also understand, like I said earlier, that we're in the SEC and that we're Alabama, and everybody's going to give us our best shot, and every SEC school has great players, and that's what it was like this past Saturday too. Like, obviously, initially it wasn't to that level, but after we spoke about what we had to speak about, we all made sure that we sung the fight song, we counted the points as we always do, and really celebrated and enjoyed that victory, because it's hard to win in the SEC.
Tyler, man, that's a great attitude. I want to ask you about the run game. On my little makeshift scratch sheet here, I have 18 runs from Jalen, and I've got 20 with Jam and Justice there, and they seem to be just that close to starting to break some big runs. 20 runs, 68 between Jam and Justice. What do you think adding that element to being able to run between the hash marks with those guys would do for your offense?
It would open up our offense even more than what it already is. Like, you guys know the explosion that we have on the outside, and as an offensive line, we have to continue to improve and perform and execute to our highest level, so we can let those guys being Jim and Justice do what they do best and do what they came here to do. And those guys are two very talented guys and two very selfless guys, because it's hard to be in a position of running back and only one guy gets the ball. One guy can have the ball. It's hard to be any skill position because only one person can have the ball on each play. So those guys are very selfless. They give their all in pass protection. And as an offensive line, we have to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to make sure that those guys have success.
Tyler Booker is with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline, CoverCrimson.com for all your Alabama coverage. Join for just $1 and see how you like it at CoverCrimson.com. Earlier this year, you had to go out on the field against Georgia. You're trailing now, and you know where the clock is. You got to have a drive. Is there a similar feeling when you go out for a 4-minute drive, knowing you've got a slim lead, but you've got to pick up first downs? Now, you guys eventually, Jeremy Bernard's wide open for a touchdown, but is it a similar feeling when you go out on the field and I know I've got the lead right now, but my defense is depending on me to pick up first downs in this 4-minute and burn off as much clock as I can?
Our mindset is to score every time we touch the ball. So while we were in a 4-minute situation, we were like, we see our run plays as explosive plays. Some people see play action as an explosive play, or going to empty as an explosive play. Like, we believe our run game is very explosive. So all of our runs all of our runs are designed to score every play. So our mindset wasn't to just go out there and milk the clock. Now we were aware of our time management, but every time we touch the ball, we want to score.
I know you said you don't want to take winning for granted. None of you guys do. You've won 3, or you guys have been in 3 straight one-possession games. Do you enjoy winning games like that more than the blowouts?
I just enjoy winning games, period. Whether we win by 1 or 1, 10, 20, 30, no matter what it is. As long as we go 1-0 that week, that's all I'm concerned about.
Yeah. I'm getting older, Tyler, so occasional blowouts would be okay.
It is funny, though, because we heard the Alabama fans back in the day, man, these games are so boring. We're blowing everybody out. Yeah. And now you got tight games, and nobody likes the tight games.
Boy, what do you want?
Hey, so we're getting ready, to follow you guys up to Knoxville, Tennessee again. What do you remember about that trip to Neyland a couple of years ago that ended the long win streak for Alabama, where Tennessee rushed the field?
It was a great game. It's definitely some of that game is the reason why you come to Alabama, to come play in the SEC. Like that game was the epitome of SEC football, in my opinion. Just the atmosphere, the way that the two teams fought until the end. Like that's some of the most fun I've ever had playing football, minus the part about us losing. But just that atmosphere is one I've never been in before, and it was super loud. And I've been to a few concerts in my life, and that had all the concerts beat. Neyland had all the concerts beat. So I'm very excited to go perform in front of that crowd this weekend.
What's the loudest concert you've ever been to, Tyler?
I've been to a Travis Scott concert.
Yeah,
those concerts get really loud.
Get really loud. Okay, so Neyland really Stadium louder than a Travis Scott concert. So that's your line of demarcation there.
Yeah. Is he the artist that lets you? They open the gates and you're able to run up to the stage, and there's
all festival seating.
Yeah. Is that? I don't know. I think that's the guy.
At some of his shows. I wasn't at one of those though.
Okay. If I'm running behind Booker.
That's right. That was gonna be my point. I'm following Booker to the front of the stage.
This guy knows how to get me to the pay dirt.
What was the closest atmosphere to Tennessee 2 years ago? What you guys had 3 weeks ago against Georgia?
Yes, I would say that. I would definitely say that, just because, like I said, like those are the kind of games you come to the SEC for the atmosphere, to play against another great team. Like I would definitely say that Georgia was comparable to Tennessee my freshman year.
You heard Dunaway say that Tennessee dropped in the poll, didn't look great against Florida, but they found a way to win. But when you watch Tennessee on film, I mean, their best unit right now, probably that defensive line. What do you see when you watch Tennessee on film?
See a lot of explosion out of their defensive line. They're penetrators. They shoot off the ball really well. They have great hands. They all have really good pass rush moves on the edge and inside. So these are the games that you come to Alabama for, to play against other great defenses and defensive lines if you're an offensive lineman. So we have an opportunity to show who we really are as an offensive line this week.
So right before the half, after the half the distance to the goal line penalty on the kick, after Carolina had cut it to 14-7. Coach DeBoer puts faith in the offense again to go out there, even backed up, to run the offense like you did at Wisconsin. Do you like him still trusting you guys to do that, even in that situation?
I do, and we trust Coach DeBoer because he trusts us, and we know that he's never going to put us in a position where there's any hesitation. Like, he's never going to put us in a bad position. So if we're going out and trying to score, that's because Coach DeBoer, he trusts in us too, and to have that trust in your coach, from your coaches, that's huge. And for us to be able to, like I said, have that trust is huge. And like I mentioned earlier, no matter what situation we're in, well, if it's 1 second left in the game or less than 10 seconds left in the game, or we're up, we're probably going to need a ball. But a majority of the time, every time we touch the ball, we're trying to score. And that was just another example.
And 4th and 1 at your own end of the field to start the game. I'm like, okay, here we go. And you guys it's like you'd already pre-planned that. If it was 4th and 1, we're going to go.
It wasn't pre-planned, and that's just a call that's like, they were calling us out as an offensive line, be like, hey, like, we think our offensive line is better than your defensive line, and we're going to show you right here. And whenever that call is called, 4th and 1, as an offensive line, we get excited because this is where we get to prove who we are. This is where we get to prove how physical we are. And there's no better way to do it than 4th and 1 on your home 32.
I'm curious at the end of the game. I'm guessing you're watching, either just standing on the sidelines or looking at one of the video boards. When Damani Jackson intercepts the ball in the end zone, were you thinking, don't take the knee, take the knee? Because I thought it was pretty heads up by him, not really knowing how that's going to be officiated. 2 points goes to overtime. I mean, what were you thinking as you're watching it in real time?
So first of all, I was actually praying until I heard everybody's cheer, and then I looked up. I was like, okay, we got the ball. So after that, I kind of saw Domani. He started outside of the end zone, then he went back into the end zone. I wasn't sure, and what he told us, he was like, "I'd rather be safe than sorry." So that's why he took it out.
No, it was the heads-up play to do it. That's
up to Malachi.
Sure.
I think Malachi was there saying, "Run it out, run it out."
I mean, when in doubt, with that much time on the clock, and it also allowed the clock to run out, so you guys didn't have to go out and snap it again.
Maybe ran a little too far.
Well, maybe so. I think at some point Damani might have seen 6 points and just thought he would see if he could play that out.
It may be too soon tomorrow at practice, but when they call the practice hands team, try to bump one of those guys out and run out there and see what they say to you. How close are you to being on the hands team? Are you close?
Nah, not close at all. Not close at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know what he is? He's the guy that Oregon would kick the onside kick at. Tyler's a big target. Yeah. Bounce it off Tyler and see if it works. All right, well, good luck against Tennessee, Tyler. As always, we appreciate the time. Have a great week.
Thanks, you as well.
All right, take care. Tyler Booker with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. CoverCrimson.com is where you can go and sign up for $1. Get a lot of great Alabama coverage on the message boards, but also some great original programming over there. The YouTube site, Cover Crimson, as well. Get a lot of that for free. CoverCrimson.com. Sign up for $1 right now. CoverCrimson.com.